Hello, this is MrChabry, and I wanted to talk about the newly revealed Mega Pokemon, and that's going to be Mega Dragonite. So this right here is the design for Mega Dragonite. It gains wings on its head. It still has those wings on its back, but it's also got wings kind of growing on the shoulder and on the back of the leg. And it's got this orb at the end of its tail. So it's taking some design cues from Dragonair and it's adding it to Dragonite. Really cool Pokemon looking at this. Dragon flying. So far, this is all the real information that we've got about this Mega form. And of course, Pokemon ZA, which is coming out very soon in October, I believe. I don't think there's actually ability, so once this Pokemon gets introduced into the actual competitive zone, it's probably going to have its own ability. Maybe inner focus, I would guess, maybe. Because multi-scale, is good for one hit, but then it's not useful after that because you can't use it. So that'd be an interesting tactic if, your base Dragonite had multi-scale, you got a Dragon Dance, and then say you had an ability to take advantage of that boost that you got, and you don't need multi-scale anymore. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And there's actually been some rumors, and up to this point, people online have kind of just deemed them as rumors. But this Mega Pokemon here kind of confirms at least what the rumors said about Mega Dragonite. So what I want to do is I want us to take a moment to look at the rumored Megas. So if you don't want any spoilers, this might, be a good place to go somewhere. But we're going to talk about some of the Pokemon that have been leaked and their description and some fan art made to represent the description that they've been given. So we can start by looking at Dragonite, the one that we have confirmed. The suggested is it has two large angelic wings from its head, replacing the original antenna. Blue orb near the tip of its tail. Angelic wings positioned above arms and attached to the heels. So this was the fan-made mock-up. This is what we got. So you can see that the description is on point. So these descriptions are more than likely confirmed. The fan art is just there to kind of give us an idea of what we're expecting. Mega Clefable here. Looks like Clefable, but it gains some wings. It becomes Fairy Flying, which is actually kind of cool type combination. And it gains a little curly on its head. You can see some other artwork that has been created. We also have Mega Victory Bell. So its brown vine wraps around its mouth, tying it shut so it looks like a bulging pouch tied off with a thin opening. So yeah, it makes it look like a pouch that's been tied up. Mega Starmie, which is kind of awkward looking here. Won't change its typing, remains water psychic. Has longer legs, so it runs around. Yeah, so it runs around. Okay. Kind of like Toad Squirrel running around. Mega Meganium. This is one that Jessie's excited for. I wonder if she'll like the mock-up design. But you can see it gains flowers that now go across its neck. So now its head is just kind of poking out of the tip of a flower. Head sticking out of the topmost flower. The flowers from heads are red, dark pink, light pink, and white. And it gains the fairy typing, which it really needed. That really gives it some battle prowess. We've got another one here, Mega Feraligatr. It's described as having a red head reminiscent of Totodile. It attached references to illustrate this point. Imagine a red Totodile head, like hoodie. Okay, so yeah, so it's Feraligatr, but its face is red. Yeah, so it becomes it gains the dragon typing too. So I think this might be the one I go with, because I know Jesse's going to go with Mega Meganium 100%. Might go with Mega for Alligator. We'll kind of play it by ear and see. Mega Skarmory, it becomes larger, pointier. Silver becomes bright gold. Red eyes instead. Yeah, so dark talons underneath the gold ones. It looks sleek and dangerous. So yeah, it's just from silver to gold. Like, pretty cool concept. Mega Frostlass here. It's tall and thin with oni horns on its head. It becomes very long and pointed. Hair is long. The Yakuta has a blue and purple lining at the base with a star on it. Yeah. With snow clouds shape come from the bottom. So, for reference. And then, yeah. That would be a pretty cool one. Mega Embar. So this is going to be the other one that starter you can choose. It looks like it gains like a little spear. Is an ancient Chinese soldier fire around its head, fancier and bigger. Has a black decoration sticking up behind its head. In one hand, it holds a spear full of fire pointed straight up and down. So this right here is kind of the suggested like design idea that they're going off of. It seems, yeah. So pretty cool. This is a firefighting. So here's your starter trio right here. Mega Meganium, Mega for Alligator, Mega Impor. Let's see, Mega Excadrill. Image is not from the game, just kind of explain that. But this is kind of the mock-up. The silver plates on its chest and shoulders. Its head becomes a third layer of drill shape with orange outside, silver inside. So, yeah, so it just basically it gets bigger drills that become orange. Mega Scrafty. Looks like that skin that it's shedding is now almost completely off of it, for reference. The original. Wears a white hoodie that covers its mohawk. Its hoodie is open in the front. It looks like sleeves drape off its arm. There's more fabric draping in the back. Pants are also white. Rips across the knees, so you see the orange skin. The orange tail peeks through the pants instead of being covered by them. Yeah, so just right there. It just kind of gives you a mock-up where it's still going with that hoodie concept, but now it's the skin is almost completely off and it's just kind of being worn. Mega Scolipede. Mega Scolipede does look pretty cool here. Very cool, starting where the neck rears up. Segments replace the red color with gray. I'm assuming that's supposed to be gray, maybe. Keeping the pink and black the same, the turquoise highlights. It looks like it's wearing a gray plate armor across its body. Turquoise pupils and lines across the segments behind the eyes, extending out the horns. So you can see this thing looks really cool here. Really nice little design. I won't be too angry if that's what it looked like. Mega Electros. Pure hard to describe. So the body becomes a straight tube of yellow dots from the eyes to the end. It curls back to the tail, which is white, leans forward through the body tube. The two arms stand out straight at either side and have become thin connectors to more white tube shaped like the body. Think Dynamo colors. The arms face forward, and the eye and have no eyes, but the fins coming out of the top and the bottom. Called Miscellaneous. I'm not sure what that word means. In front, I think honestly these are some typos. In front of the arm tubes, like the front of the body tube. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of confused on that. Everything kind of, but yeah, kind of like this design here. I'm wondering if they're kind of making it based off like a subway system, because Electros is well known for being used in the battle subway, and you know these little dots here kind of give me a subway look, kind of like, you know, Orthworm. That would be pretty cool concept there. Mega Chandelure. It's fancier, top tier chandelier. Instead of having two light holders come out the sides in a curly shape, a single tall light comes out of the front of each of the curly shapes. Has 8 spokes. So yeah, it becomes a fancy chandelier. These are pretty cool. Mega Chestnut. So we're looking at some of the designs for the Kalos starters, which I always felt like the Kalos starters should have got some Megas because it was introduced in their generation. That would have been a pretty cool draw to, okay, which of the Kalos starters should I pick because they have their own Mega form. Instead of that generation, they relegated it to the Kanto starters, leaving the Kalos starters high and dry. But we got Mega Chestnut, who now wears a crown, gains orange elements that replaces the spikes on its back with shields, enhancing its arms and cape. Very fur extended red, splits behind the two legs. So yeah, it becomes a cape. It now has shields. Let's see if I can go ahead. Mega Delphox here hovers while standing on her broom, emphasizing her witch-like aesthetic. Features 2 additional floating brooms on either side, each broom ending with flames instead of sticks. So, yeah, so she's now got a broom that she rides on. Here, they didn't really give her standing on it. She's kind of sitting on it. But they also have brooms on either side. So imagine these like little brooms over here. And then Mega Greninja, who is upside down on a huge shuriken. That's it. Upside down on a huge shuriken. And this is kind of the another sketch. Mega Pyroar has a taller mane with its designs emphasizing majestic hair. It has this kanji design. Mega Pyroar hair looks like this, and it's that kanji there. Okay, so yeah, I can see that. Emphasizing its majestic hair. I don't know. This one kind of looks goofy because it's just copied this and pasted it up there. But I'm wondering if maybe they're going to make it flow a little bit longer. I mean, they have the central design here, but make it flow and make it look more elegant. Mega Eternal Floette. So this is AZ's Floette. At the end of X and Y, you see AZ return, and you see Floette return to AZ. So this is going to be AZ's Floette, and it's confirmed that AZ has got a place in the storyline. So I'm wondering if this is going to be the Pokemon he uses maybe in the final battle, and you're helping him out, and he Mega Evolves his Floette. It becomes bigger. Its lower body becomes a red tail that curls to become the stem of the huge flower. So this right here connects to the flower that it carries around, and it becomes one and the same. Mega Malamar. Let's see here. It's finally confirmed. Okay, what was this hint? Okay. For unfamiliar, Ozempic is used for weight loss. It's just Mega Malamar has a slimmer, streamlined appearance compared to its usual form. The details are uncertain. It's safe to assume that Mega Evolution will emphasize more elegant and slender look, with the theme hinted by the reference. It's very thin with a rainbow body ending in a white part at the bottom. Very thin tentacles. It's hard to describe that much better. So I think this kind of makes sense here. Just looking at this picture. Becomes thinner. Has a rainbow design here. Mega Barbaracle here. It's looks like it gains some of these little hand spikes. And it becomes fighting type, which is kind of interesting. Rock fighting. So a cool type combination. It loses that water type. I honestly think that's an improvement because there's so many things that it's weak to. I mean, it's still weak to a lot of things, but this gives it like a niche that it's probably going to find maybe in the lower tiers. We'll just have to see. It becomes rock fighting. Brown becomes black. Thick limbs are thinner, and the hand face on the rock is in the pose. The upper iceberg has this little area here has thin tentacle arms coming out of many angles instead of the 4 fingers. The limbs have 3-finger claws surrounding the eyes. So for reference, here's the hand, and it's this. It's giving this like little rock on symbol here. But yeah, it just gains a lot more of these little designs here. Let's go ahead and move to the next Pokemon, who is going to be Mega Dragalge. Has 2 antlers that form trident shapes. The middle spoke are pink and purple with orbs. Its head extends to the trail off behind it in 3 long, wide pieces on each side. Pink on the top, purple undersides. The kelp limbs are longer, more spindly. So, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a change, really. We got Mega Halucha. Now, this looks kind of cool. Ooh, I do like this design here. Wears a black wrestling mask with yellow feathers around its neck and gold neck piece. Its mask eyes are white and cover its eyes completely. There are no pupils. The orange feathers on its head are longer. The crotch feathers get gold trim like the leg boots have. So, yeah, so for reference, it almost becomes more like a... Makes me think of like an Aztec warrior with this, you know, color scheme, this design. I think that's going to be a really cool one there. Mega Zygarde. So we get Mega Zygarde in this. And some people kind of noticed with the ZA logo, the Z obviously represents Zygarde. But then the A shows up and it's got this little design here. And I'm wondering if that's what they're basing this little design on, its tentacles. Where Zygarde represents the Z, but Mega Zygarde is the A in ZA. It looks like Zygarde Complete, but below Zygarde Complete, black armor surrounding the head becomes unarmored with complete green body and white hexagons patterns. There are black and white hexagon plates on the knee. It holds a big weapon above its head. Well, this is related to the story. Okay. I should have put Complete Zygarde there for reference, but this right here is apparently the big weapon that you're going to have to figure out how to stop from destroying the world, I guess, in this one. But yeah, all that armor is gone, and now it's just more offensive. Pretty cool design. I think we got a few more. Mega Drampa turns white like cumulus clouds into storm clouds. So you got the cloud design changing into storm clouds. All the white is black and gray. 4 clouds bits on its head curve up instead of drooping down. Its eyebrows look like parentheses. Is that what it says? I can see it. Yeah, I see it. Viking horns, long black goatee. Its claws raised to strike, coming out of the storm clouds around its body. So for reference again, there it is. That actually looks pretty cool. And then I think this is the last one. Mega Phalanx. Mega Phalanx appears to be inspired by Voltron concept. It consists of 5 phalanx joining together to form a powerful entity. This combined form with one arm transforms into a sword while the other becomes a shield. Mega Phalanx is a Voltron with 5 phalanx. One arm is sword and the other is a shield. Alright, so pretty cool. It looks like a phalanx soldier now. Hop white a little bit. I can kind of see it. But yeah, I think that's the last one. So we'll go back and kind of look back over. Yeah, I think this actually turned out really cool. All these little designs, kind of mock-ups. Which one is your favorite? Obviously, only one is confirmed. And I do think Mega Dragonite is going to be up there as one of my favorites. Just because I love Mega Dragonite. I love Dragonite. I think that's going to probably be my favorite on the list anyway. They're starting off pretty strong. I think Mega Halucha is going to be really one that I like. And then the Mega starters for this game. Excited to see how well they look compared to their mock-up. Same thing with the Kalos starters. Excited to see them finally get some sunlight shining onto their... onto them. But anyway, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next Pokemon video.